This video is brought to you by the website Electronics.com. Today we're going to take a look at the Samsung soundbar, the audio bar. It's the HW-350. It's a 2.1 system, so we have a pair of speakers on the left, a pair of speakers on the right, and the point 1 references the built-in subwoofer at the top of the cabinet here. Comes in a gloss black finish, and the back is a curved back, and the dimension on this, it's just a little bit under 32 inches in width. The HW-E350, it features 120 watts of power, which is pretty substantial. You're not going to want to necessarily turn this up too loud because the tweeters are a little bit on the small side. You're going to want to use this to basically enhance the sound that's coming out of your television right now, your flat screen television right now. As I mentioned earlier, there's a built-in subwoofer. Again, it's pictured right here at the top. So when you're installing this, you can mount it on the wall below the television, or you can just set it on a table below the television. You probably don't want to obstruct this subwoofer because that's going to inhibit the sound a little bit. The connectivity on the back, it's super easy to set up. There are only a few very basic connections. We're going to take a look at those, but right here it's listed as an HDMI input, one HDMI output. There's a USB connection so you can listen to MP3s if you have them on a USB connected device. And then there's an analog legacy audio connection as well. Alright, let's take a look at the back panel of the Samsung soundbar. And right in this part of the back panel are your HDMI and audio connection points. I mentioned earlier there's one HDMI input, one HDMI output, and then you have this analog audio input. We're going to explore those a little bit more as well. Now in this section of the sidebar, now these are on the side. In other words, they're on the back panel, but the connections are turned to the side so that the profile, the depth, the amount of space the soundbar takes up against your wall is not beyond 3.5 inches. So here's where you would plug in that USB cable, and then of course right here there's the volume buttons. A setup and connection of this is really simple. As I mentioned, you take your digital device, which could be something like your cable television provider set-top box. Usually if it's a high definition box, you'll have an HDMI output jack on the back of it. You could be using your satellite set-top box or a UVerse set-top box, anything like that, including a Blu-ray player if you wanted to hook up a Blu-ray player, or a gaming station. The PS3s, the Xboxes, they have these HDMI outputs. You would connect that using an HDMI cable, which is not supplied. You got to buy that extra, and you connect it right to this HDMI input on the back here. Then you take a separate HDMI cable, plug it into this HDMI output right here, and this would go to your television, right to an HDMI input. Now the price point for the HW-E350 soundbar is just under $210. You can get it at local big box retailers. You can get it online. Here's also what comes in the package. They supply you a remote, handheld remote, and a wall bracket. So if you want to attach this to the wall directly below your TV, you can. Or if you just want to simply place it on the table, you can do that as well. They give you a nifty little user's guide, and then down here they depict a USB cable. Now you can connect this USB cable in that port that I showed you earlier, and this allows you to play MP3 audio tracks that you might have somewhere. These magnets that they supply, super common with products. You put them on the wires. You don't really have to, but if you want to, you can. It just helps to eliminate the risk of electrostatic noise coming in on the audio cables from other outside sources. And then here is a RCA, so we have the red and the white, the RCA analog audio connection cable. So you could connect an additional source using these RCA cables, or you could connect the back of your television if it has an audio output jack, and then there's a stereo jack, which I mentioned earlier in the video. If you happen to miss it, you can just back the video up, you plug that right in, and that's another way of connecting your audio source. If you want more information on a whole variety of home electronic systems, technical know-how, computer networks, you can visit our website, allabouthomeelectronics.com. There's a link right below the video. There are literally hundreds of articles. Of course, on our YouTube channel, we have quite a number of articles as well on how to do things. But also, more importantly, if you happen to like these videos, please subscribe. We do product reviews. They're unbiased. We don't necessarily sell any of these products. You can buy these products online or go to any retailer. We just hope that this information helps you in making your decision whether this particular product was right for you, or maybe there's a different product that's right for you. But if you'll visit our channel, please subscribe, and also you'll find this link to our Facebook page. If you would be kind enough to click on it and like our Facebook page, this will get the information out to your friends. We do a whole variety of informational things on products, and we give you tips for buying replacement batteries, products for Apple, and what to do with your smoke detectors, and all of these great things. So we really appreciate your visit today, and have a great day.